It's market update time. Let's get straight into it. All right, guys. This is just general advice only. I'm sharing with you what I see in the markets right now. The point of this, guys, to be a successful trader in the markets, we need to have probabilities, right? We need to have a system that works. We need to have all that kind of down home country goodness. And every single trade has a random outcome built in with a probability of an outcome. And the only way you can see the probability of that outcome is you take the same similar setup 20, 30, 40 times, the exact same setup. That's when you start to see the probability built into it. It's not about that one trade. It's not about every single trade because you don't know what single trade is going to work out for you. Make sense? So with that being said, guys, let's get straight into the market update time. Before I get started, guys, if you guys haven't seen the training that I'm running, there's a first link in the description. Click on that and hop on that free training I'm running. All right, guys, let's get straight into the market update. So the first thing I wanted to bring your attention to is we see on the Dow Jones has continued to rise. We've continued to rise, continue to rise, continue to rise. The Dow Jones is actually looking really strong where the S&P, the Dow Jones is pushing up higher, but where the S&P actually had a pretty, this is the S&P here. The S&P opened high and came down and also closed there as well too. So we're still looking really, we're slowly going into bullish mode here. Now, I got... You know, we're still not vertical, are we? We're still not going like straight up. We're just sort of just going sideways and just really not really doing much here. So we're slowly crawling up on the S&P 500. And again, if you look at the Dow Jones, we're just continuing to, especially today, right? Nice, good volume spike as well too. Pushy out of this as well too. So the Dow Jones and all the Dow Jones especially looks really bullish. Where the S&P is just sort of just a sideways day, not much happening there on the S&P 500. So it's really hard to see what this here, but you know, I'm expecting to see this thing just to continue going. Now on the Nasdaq's different, right? What happened with the Nasdaq? The Nasdaq gapped higher, came straight down. In fact, the Nasdaq was down about almost 1.5%, and then came back and closed there as well too. So just a real big outside day. Not really much going on there, but just a real big outside day on the Nasdaq. Now, if I bring this up to say the 1 year view, we can see there on the Nasdaq we've got this support level. It's broken past support level. You can see how it's actually came down and actually bounced off that level as well. Dow Jones again just continuing up nicely, just pushing higher and pushing higher and pushing higher, and that S&P as well too. The S&P came down, I think, just close to that support level and just sort of retracted off. Guys, a lot of people are still calling this stock market crash, but I just don't see it. I thought that maybe on the Dow Jones, I thought, is this a topping pattern before we actually break back down? But as you can see, right, it's like, I definitely wouldn't be short in this market right now. There's no way. There's nothing to say that this is, the trend is in place, the trend is up. But I was wondering, is this a short-term sideways movement before I take off? But as you can see with the Dow Jones is definitely taking off quite nicely as well too. Very bullish on the on that there. So guys, interesting times with the Dow Jones. Yeah, you look at the market, it's like, what is the market saying right now? Very bullish. Lots of volume coming into the market right now. So all I have to say, guys, is that just trade with the trend. Trade with the trend. We're seeing this right now, right? Trade with the trend when it comes to that. Doesn't matter what newsletter or what people say about it. Just trade with the trend. Moving on now to silver and gold. Silver and gold. Here we go. And as you can see, what's happened with this is the silver daily chart. You can see actually it failed. It's actually failed to break above this $17 level. That's the level I was saying before, that if we break above the $17 level, that's the very first indication that the sellers are not dropping it down. And so looking on this weekly chart again, guys, you can see how this market's rallied back up. Is this just another lower high? A lower high, lower high, lower high. Is this another lower high right now where we are on the weekly chart on silver? So still sellers in control on silver, and looking at gold right now. Gold right now is just hovering around this resistance level where we are right now, just sideways, pretty much nothing day. And you can see there once again, looking on the weekly chart, you can see we have this very, 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 very clear whack. My door goes. This here, we got this big double top, all right? So we got this sort of big double top formation, lower low. I'm expecting this market to make a lower high. If it doesn't make a lower high here and we break above 1300 level, guys, then I would say this is just nothing but just an overall pullback. And then if it does break above that there, then I'm expecting to see some quite significant moves and probably breaking up above these highs up here. So, but right now as we speak, we'll see if this actually does hold here on a weekly basis. Let's actually see what happens next week overall. But do we actually get a bit of a selling bar here? Do we actually get a bit of a daily selling overall through here, or do we continue up? Right now on gold and silver, the sellers are more in control than the buyers. All right, the sellers are more in control than the buyers because we've got this double top and a lower low. Double top, lower low. I'm expecting this to be a lower high, and for us to just continue dropping down from there. So there we go, guys. The quick little update for you guys, and I also just let you guys know, I got out of the VIX today. You guys that interested in my VIX sort of trade, I got out of the VIX today. The VIX did spike as I thought it would. So we did get a spike in the VIX today, but guess what? That spike in the VIX meant nothing to the options. Like literally, I got like a 2% profit. So I'm out of there. I'm done with VIX. I'm out of there. Out of here. Oh my goodness. I traded VIX so much last year. I'm done with the VIX. I'm into some really, really, really nice setups now. I'm done with VIX, guys. Forget I even mentioned the VIX. I am done with the VIX. All right, guys, that's it for me. Remember, guys, first link in description is a link to a trading event. I think you should go watch that. And also, if you're interested in some of my books that I've got to offer, some weight loss books, some mindset books, click on them. They're all in the description. All right, guys, talk to you guys later.